Did getting my boobs done make me more confident? Did it make me glow up? Did it add to my glow up? What about my concerns when it comes to breast implant illness? So many questions, and I'm gonna answer them today. Where did I get my boobs done? Let's talk about that, and I'll talk about the breast implant illness. Beautiful people, yes, we are in the kitchen. We are currently making our pre-workout meal. It is Saturday morning and I'm like, let's pull out the camera and film. The days are counting down until 2026. I will be in Toronto, so I will not be filming. So I'm like, let me film as much as I can. And in today's video, I want to take you through a workout. We're gonna film today. I'm sure the gym is gonna be busy, so I'm not sure if I'm going to film everything, but I'm going to try and film. We're doing glutes, specific glute exercises, targeting only glutes, nothing else, maybe some other stuff. And I want to talk about my breast implants. I got a question about breast implant illness, if I was hesitant ever about getting my breast augmentation. And I'm like, you know what, maybe I should do a Q&A. So we're gonna do a Q&A. I'm making my breakfast right now. I'm listening to music to put me in the mood. But also I did my makeup real cute and, well, my everyday makeup. If you guys have any questions about lifestyle content that you guys want to see from me, definitely drop those questions down below. But this is pretty much the vibe. I like to listen to it. Just a little bit of music before we go and train. That's gonna set the tone for the workout. 1 egg yolk with 1 cup of egg whites and a little bit of zucchini. And that's pretty much my everyday staple. I have the same breakfast every single day. If I don't have the egg yolk, I'll have 1/4 of an avocado and some type of veggies. And then after that, I'm going to make my drink for the gym, which is just going to be EAAs, and everything that I use daily is in my Amazon storefront. So my favorite flavor is the Hawaiian Sea Breeze. It just tastes like tropical punch. And I also sip on this like I come home from the gym, not just at the gym. A headband on for now just to like flatten my hair, but I'm actually loving the look. And that's kind of why I whipped out the camera in the kitchen, because I was gonna start this video in my car. But I was like, you know what? I like the look. So I need to go and get a black one and maybe a white one, like different colors. So it adds, like, makes me feel different, but it's so cute. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment any questions or what you guys want to see from me. How can I help you in 2026? If you haven't already joined my challenge for 2026, starting in January, this is going to set your entire year up. Now, I know a lot of people did my challenge number 1, challenge number 2, and they're ending 2025 off strong. But this challenge specifically is going to have you accountable to your goals, to your routine, to your schedule, to how you make more money, to how you get in shape or stay in shape, build muscle, gain weight, lose weight, everything, your mindset. So if you haven't already signed up, definitely sign up down below. Should I do a Boxing Day sale as well on my coaching programs? Let me know down below. Like, this is the video to ask the question. Oops. All right, so nothing fancy. Actually, the body is fancy. What? Waistline. Yeah. You could wear a waist trainer and still eat like crap, and your waistline is not going to be snatched. Let me tell you that. I just have the waist trainer on to keep me tight before the gym, but I also eat very well. So, like, you know what I mean? You can't be doing all this crazy juice diets, random things just so that you're starting to look snatched. It has to be consistent. And anything else that you do, like I do juicing, it's for health benefits, not to lose weight or to look a certain way. Some people choose to do all of these additional extra things just to lose weight or just to look snatched or just to, let me show you what the body looks like. Baby, I eat a lot of food. I probably eat more than you. And that's why I'm telling you guys, don't do crazy diets, because you're not gonna like unrealistic, and it just doesn't work long term. You're like, Shen, I've tried everything, and by time you come to me, the price has increased. So ready for the gym. My man is working today, so I thought we would go to the gym together, but we're not going to go to the gym together. How unfortunate. He might go later. I want to go in the morning. I got stuff to do after this. Yes, God, you are so good. I am so thankful for your provision, for your guidance, for your love, for your protection, for your mercy, for your grace, for your compassion. God, I bless you and I lift up everything I do in this day, what comes out of my mouth, what goes into my mind, what goes into my body, and how I'm able to leave an imprint of your love in everyone's life that I come across today. God, bless this food as it nourishes my body, and I give it all back to you. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for the energy for filling up my lungs today. And we're going to have a great workout. We're going to have a great day. God, I love you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, let's eat. To the gym. I've made it to the gym, and yes, I go in style. It is brutal outside. All right, ladies, let's get into this workout. And right after this workout is where I start talking about my breast augmentation. I also forgot to mention, and this is just my warm up. So I'm going to be talking about my breast and this workout at the same time. You guys said you like the voiceovers, so let me know if that's true. You guys like the voiceovers? All right, so we're doing the warm up. I'm warming up my glutes. I like to burn out and isolate my glutes before I touch any machines or any weights. Yeah, I use a lot of booty bands, and that is how I put the pressure on my backside and build my backside. Again, you're going to learn all of this in my program, whether you're doing one-on-ones with me or challenges. Growing up as a little girl, I felt, and actually I started puberty later than most of my peers. I also never had gotten boobs with my puberty either. So I feel like growing up as well, I wasn't picked in school. I also was bullied. I was a part of being bullied and being the bully as well. I'm not going to act all innocent, okay? I fought all my life defending myself or always reacting like I was a bothered child. I was also dark skinned. I mean, I am dark skinned, but I wasn't the favorite. People didn't pick me. Dark skins were not a favorite pick. I really didn't see or discover my beauty. And then the lack of boobs, again, all of my peers, they were just shaping so nicely. They had long hair. They probably dressed better than me. They were just seen as more beautiful, and I just struggled with self-confidence, self-worth, self-value at a young age as well. My mom was always working, and she was also going through depression, so I really had no one to confide in. I did start wearing push-up bras at a very young age, and mind you, I had nothing to push up. Now we're going to go into the weights, and I'm going to be doing a single leg deadlift with a superset of kickbacks. I love single leg movements. I also love single arm movements because you'll notice that one side is going to be weaker than the other. So it's really important to switch things up every now and then so you can see which side is more dominant or weaker than the other, and you can correct that before your body becomes imbalanced. Cable kickbacks are my favorite, whether I'm doing kickbacks or side kicks, working the adductors, the outside of my glutes. Oh my goodness, you can hit your glutes from so many angles. You can do this kneeling down, you can do this on the bench, but this is how I build my booty. I love the pressure that the cables bring, the fire that the cables bring as well. And I like to be hinged forward at a 45-degree angle, where I'm kicking back and squeezing. I just have this video sped up a little bit so you're not really seeing the full tempo. But do you guys see how plump and juicy my glutes are? And mind you, I am 5'5". closer to 5'6", but 5'5", and I'm 142 pounds. I gained 2 pounds after China. And I've just been coasting into the holidays, but we will be back on route, back on schedule, because your girl never falls off. Actually, as of recent, she just never falls off. Like this year, we were on top of things, but the booty is just insane. I love training glutes. I train my glutes 3 times a week. And if you haven't already followed my fitness channel, then definitely go over there. You're going to see a lot of my workouts. All right, so I get a lot of compliments in the gym. I'm always being told I'm a 12 out of 10 or 100 out of 10. My man treats me like he already knows I'm out of the world. But like the way that I've trained my body, I get a lot of compliments, but I also make sure that I'm humble and that I make time to talk to people. I met the sweetest girl. She is a photographer, but she studied accounting and she just moved to Canada. I wish I could get to know her a little bit better, but I'm actually headed out of the city to celebrate Christmas with my family in Toronto. So it's so unfortunate. Then here is one of my millionaire friends, and he's single, guys, by the way. And yeah, I was like, I'm going to put you in the video. Actually, I told him I wasn't going to put him in the video, and he said it was okay. But yeah, just making time throughout my workout to talk to people, get to know people. I meet a lot of people in the gym. I've met a few girlfriends in the gym. And also a lot of my clients have become best friends with me, just really close with me. But I make time for people. My man, when I was competing, he didn't like that. He was like, girl, come on, you're trying to get ready for the stage. But if you're looking for friends, y'all, you're going to find them in the gym. Just be nice and smile. And if you're looking for a man, depending on where you're going to the gym, you might just find yourself a husband or a millionaire husband in the gym. So yeah, the kickbacks are my favorite, my absolute favorite. And yeah, you just have to make sure your core stays pulled in. Do you see my waistline? Tight. All right, pulled in, your slightly bent and soft in your knees, kicking up with a hold as you bring your heel to the ceiling. All right, and I'm in front of a mirror. I like the way it's feeling. I like the way it's looking. Baby girl went up in weight. So I started off with that first deadlift with 40 pounds, and then I went up to 70 pounds. Baby, I wanted pressure on my backside. A lot of you guys are using the same weights thinking you're going to grow, and you're truly not going to grow. We want pressure. You see this juicy booty? Yeah. Yes. The only thing that's fake on me is going to be my nails, my boobs, and my hair. Yes. But the body, the rest of it, the ass, no. All built in the gym from gym memberships over time. Those gym memberships that you guys have reoccurring and you're not showing up to the gym for, but you're still paying for it. Yes. The clothing that you keep buying, but you're not going to the gym. You're just ordering takeout in that clothing. Yes, I'm coming for you. When I first started the gym and I was still dealing with insecurities in my first relationship, at this point, I did not have boobs. I was still doing the double push-up bras. And I was just, after we broke up in that first relationship, because he was the bodybuilder, I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn my body into a revenge body. And I had no idea and no thought to get boobs done. I was just like, let me start in the gym and build my glutes. Let me build my body, because I was so malnourished looking. If I find a picture, I'll put it up. And yeah, I started in the gym training glutes once a week. And then when I hired my trainer, my coach, he's always been online for me for bodybuilding. Yeah, we started doing 3 times a week. He also took out squats. So I don't squat right now. I haven't actually squat like a barbell or an Olympic bar. Haven't used those in a while, a few years now. But when I first started and I was coaching myself, I had these big trunk legs and small weak glutes. And so he took training quads out of my program just so that I could put the emphasis on my backside. And actually that's how I grew my following. And that's how it started with developing my body. So I had a really nice silhouette at some point. And then as I got more and more into the sport of competing, then I wanted boobs to just fill out my physique. But you're going to hear about that a little bit later. I'm moving on to the hip abduction, and there are many variations of the hip abduction. Your typical gym is going to have the machine one where you can adjust with the little pegs, and I love that machine, the original OG abduction. But I like this pressure where you're just really pushing out with the knees and the heels and squeezing while maintaining a tight core. How am I doing in the voice note, guys? Let me know. Let me know. On top of going to the gym and working on myself, that is when I actually started to build my confidence. I was very insecure as a little child, and then into my first relationship that just made it even worse because he was so good looking, he was so muscular. All the girls, got his attention, and I was over there so insecure fighting for this light-skinned man's attention. Once I started joining the gym and I started going, my body started changing. I got so much attention that I was obsessed with the wrong attention. I think I've mentioned this a few times in different videos, and I may mention it in later on in this video, but like being obsessed with the attention and the wrong attention, right? I had a good amount of male followers. I think I had more male followers at one point. However, becoming a personal trainer midway through being a bodybuilder, I wanted female clients, right? I was taking on male clients, but I wanted female clients. And so I really had to change like the kind of attention that I wanted. I wanted female attention at some point. So if you're a trainer or in any industry that you are in and you're using social media to market yourself, you really want to make sure that you're catering to that audience. After sculpting my body and creating the body of my dreams and doing really well as a bodybuilder, now getting ready to do the Olympia, I thought, you know what? I want to change up my physique and finally add these implants. I feel like this will complete my look. And that is exactly what I did. I went from an insecurity to building my body to getting attention and then filling out my frame with implants. And at that point, I was already confident. I was unstoppable, I felt. And nobody could tell me not to get these implants. But I really wanted to look different and really do well as an Olympian and as a pro bodybuilder that I decided to finally get them done. I thought I would be in this sport for a long time. And I think I only competed a few times after getting those boobs done. Had I chosen a different sport or a different route or found myself and my confidence and my self-value earlier on before this journey, I think the decision to get my boobs done would have been completely different. Hello, we're crooked. Did getting my boobs done make me more confident? Did it make me glow up? Did it add to my glow up? What about my concerns when it comes to breast implant illness? So many questions, and I'm going to answer them today. Recently on my page, someone had commented that they were interested or wanted to get breast implants. However, they have been looking into the breast implant illness. So I just want to cover a lot of questions that I have been asked on this channel and just in general. Give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any other questions, drop them down below. Starting off with number one, why did I get my breasts done in the first place? So I got my boobs done, I believe in 2021. I've always wanted to get them done. I have been competing as a professional bodybuilder for about 5 years, and just competing overall as, let's say, about 10 years. I first started into the gym, I was so afraid of training my upper body because I was like, I don't want to look too bulky, but that wasn't the case. I looked a lot stronger, and I still look strong now with or without boobs. However, it's just how you train, and now I only train, and I pretty much train my upper body only 1 to 2 times a week. However, you cannot grow your boobs. So everything else was growing so nicely. And I just felt when I got on stage, especially when I would diet down, I would lose a lot of body fat, that I just didn't like how I had no separation between my midsection and my chest. So I got my boobs done for personal reasons, just to enhance my physique, especially for the sport. Do I regret choosing it for a sport? Yes. Do I regret getting them done for just my everyday life? No. I wish I definitely, like anyone that's looking to become a bodybuilder, I wish when I got into bodybuilding, I took myself seriously before I started. I turned pro and got to the Olympia. When I started, I had so much potential, but I didn't want to spend on a coach. And until I think 3 or 4 years later, that's when I hired a coach, and then life started getting better. I turned pro, I went to the Olympia, and then I finally last year decided not to compete. I wish I just, went through that sport, did it, and moved on to an actual sport that pays you. Like, I could have been a professional tennis player, a soccer player. There are other sports that pay you way more without starving yourself. I love bodybuilding, don't get me wrong. The discipline that I've built, who I became in the process, the people that I've been able to meet, my coach as well. I never regret bodybuilding, but I definitely wish I chose a different sport that wasn't so shallow and that didn't really an emphasis on how your body should look. So mainly getting on stage, you wanted my proportions to look very equal, and I didn't have enough in my breast at that point. I just wanted a separation to have more oomph to my physique and my shape. I hope I answered that question. Number 2, did getting my breasts done make me more confident? Yes and no. I had already started working on my confidence through bodybuilding and doing things that made me really uncomfortable. I had gotten my breasts done into being a pro, so I had already done a lot as an amateur to put myself out there, doing a lot of things that pushed me to grow my confidence and believe in myself. So for anyone that's looking to get their breasts done just because you may be dealing with an insecurity, or you want more attention, or you want certain kind of guys, no, your aura, your confidence should already be there before you change anything on or in your whole body. Now, you shouldn't get boobs just so that you change your look. There are people who buy designer bags or nice glasses or date certain guys or drive nice cars just to flex, and then they don't have the nicest character because they were already dealing with an insecurity that they were trying to cover by doing things to their body or buying certain things to live a certain kind of lifestyle just to flex. Confidence comes from doing hard things that just challenge you, and then you build with yourself. And then also with breakups and friendship breakups, and just maneuvering through life and finding yourself daily will build your confidence. And so I had already gone through that process. It definitely added to my confidence, where my man is the only man that has been able to see my boobs. I started to work on myself in the gym. I got a lot of attention, but when I got my breasts done, it brought definitely way more attention. And at that point, when I got my breasts done, I was already in a relationship with my fiance. And so it's prideful. So I've been really prideful to be a woman that, because my breasts are done, men don't need attention from me, and I don't need attention from them. And so I don't look for validation, and I don't look for them to make me feel better about myself. The confidence is going to come from your self-worth, your healing, and your self-acceptance. I want you to remember, no matter what kind of surgery you get, I know some girls get lipo, BBLs, or all of this other stuff. No matter what kind of surgery you get, surgery can only enhance how you look. It doesn't heal how you truly feel about yourself. Number 3, do you feel like you glowed up after your breast augmentation? Honestly, no. I still had a lot of healing and inner work to do. So I was doing that prior to meeting my fiance. And then once I got the boobs done, I was still competing, and I felt like I was doing things that took away from the inner work, more of the inner work that I needed to do, and the healing and the growth that I needed to become a fearless, ambitious woman. I feel like I was more so entertained by my distractions, and I would definitely say bodybuilding for me has been a distraction that I hadn't seen. You didn't realize that it was a distraction. It actually kept me from a lot of my life that I could have been doing way more. But once you get into bodybuilding and you have to dedicate hours to cardio, food, and all you're thinking about is just getting on stage and being lean enough, it was such a distraction for me. And I truly started to glow up when I started to take away my energy from just putting it in one basket or giving my attention to one thing. Rather, now I just work on myself in so many different areas of my life. and it all comes from up here. So using my brain and my mind to enhance the quality of my life has allowed me to glow up and make better decisions for myself, along with just taking care of myself beyond what my body looks like. So a lot of the times I get a lot of attention just because of my mind, my aura, my confidence, and that has nothing to do with my body. The breast and the silhouette that I have now, honestly, it just comes from a lot of hard work. Like, breast augmentation just enhance the hard work that is necessary when maintaining or sculpting a body, and also when you're presenting yourself, whether you're in real estate or in the finance department or you're a personal trainer. The breast didn't just make the look, it just adds to what I needed to do in the first place, but I was too distracted before. I hope that all makes sense. Real glow up is going to come from setting boundaries, having standards, making sure that people don't just have so much access to you, especially when you get your body done. I know you want to like flaunt it here and there, and that's what I did in the beginning on Instagram, but you know what? I just devalue myself, and I feel like being a bikini pro Olympian, I was always just like, just look at my body, look at this, look at me, like this is my shape, this is what I'm known for. And eventually I tapped out of it, and I realized that I'm more than my body and more than my breast as well. Therefore, did getting your breasts done change how people treat you? I would say no, because I've always been a bubbly person that was high energy. A lot of people can vouch, like, very high energy. I'm very confident and I'm very positive. I like to leave a lasting impression or just fill people up. So I didn't need boobs to be that kind of person. Like, preach on this channel, the inner work is so necessary. It has nothing to do with your look. And did guys treat me differently? You know what? I noticed more guys would, and honestly, I don't even think it's about boobs. I think overall, when guys meet me or they see me and they look at me as different, or I get told, like, every single day this week, a man has said, oh, babe, you're like a 12 out of 10. Oh my goodness, I wish I met a girl like you. You're like 12 out of 10. And it has nothing to do with my boobs or my body, more so my energy. Like, very outgoing, bubbly, nice, kind, ambitious, focused, but I'm still nice. Good men and men that have become my friends, or I've extended them to my fiance, they never sexualized me. However, I will come across men that do sexualize me, and then I have to think in my head about outfit choices or just environment. So men didn't necessarily, or people didn't necessarily treat me any differently, any nicer. I felt like from before, I was already getting men that would approach me based on my energy, my body, way before I even had my boobs done. And when I started working out about 10 to 11 years ago, I trained only glutes, so I really had a nice shape with my glutes. My glutes are beautiful. Like, I've been known for my glutes as a bodybuilder, and that was when I was flat chested. So I had a really nice physique that I was able to sculpt my body into over the years. And I know the girls are asking, like, can you make a video for the girls that are looking to gain weight, put on some muscle mass and sculpt their body? I'm gonna make that video right after this one. Men in general, doesn't matter what you look like, they're gonna sexualize you regardless. So it didn't really change that. But I do meet quality men, and it has nothing to do with my breast. I do meet quality women, and it has nothing to do with my body or my physique either. A lot of women have told me that they see me from a distance, or they meet me and they're like, holy goodness, like, your body is insane. But my personality is very big. My personality is very welcoming. And so that's why most people actually like me. The important lesson here is attention does not equal worth. People are going to treat you based on how you treat yourself. And before I even had boobs, I took care of myself. I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, I want to get this done, I want to get that done, I want to do this diet, I want to do. You truly just have to take care of yourself. Like, hydrate yourself, lotion your skin, like, take care of yourself. And how you take care of yourself, how you speak about yourself, how you carry yourself, people are going to act accordingly. You look like someone who plays with themselves, who doesn't take yourself seriously, people are going to treat you just like that. Number 5, do I ever regret getting my boobs done? Yes and no. I feel like the boobs, honestly, I like the way I'm not gonna lie, I love the way my sports bras look and how they feel and how my body looks and the separation between my midsection, hips, and my chest. I like the different separations because when I do stand up straight, I'm just straight. When I turn to the side, I've got a little bit of oomph in the front and oomph in the back. Okay, I mean oomph in my chest, and then it's flat. And then if you look to the back, it's, you know, derriere. It's unfortunate that one day they will have to come out. You know, for an object, anything that you do on your body, you have to just be mindful and aware of one day they will have to come out. These things are just not supposed to be in your body. And honestly, yeah, I just know in the back of my mind that, yeah, you take a risk on your body. Which leads to number 6. Was I ever worried about breast implant illness? Yes. Like I just mentioned, anything you do to your body, especially putting in a foreign object, you do take a risk on your body. I do monitor my body really closely. I know when I'm tired. I know when something's off. So prior to getting them done, I did a lot of research, and I still work with my doctor. I do an ultrasound. I check on my boobs every single year. I do a blood test about 2 to 3 times a year. My doctor's great. I was with her prior to getting the boobs done, and she's been so helpful with me when I got my boobs done. I am aware of the concerns when it comes to breast implant illness. And honestly, you take a risk on your body anytime you do anything. Like, if I had to give my personal daughters advice, my babies one day advice, I would tell them not to touch their body. I would tell them to love their body and not, you don't need to show your cleavage. You don't need to show the world that you have separation from your torso to your chest, and dig deeper into why you really want them done. There is always going to be a risk that you put onto your body, and back of your mind, always wondering if you're okay, if you're safe, if this is the possible reason why you're getting this or having that. There are a lot of symptoms when it comes to breast implant illness. A lot of people experience hair loss or hormonal imbalances, extreme exhaustion. There's rashes, skin conditions, just so many symptoms. It's so important though to keep your body as less inflamed as possible. So a lot of people will get surgeries like BBLs or lipo, and they'll blow up right after, and they'll just look like they never had a surgery. Or they'll get their breasts done, and again, they're still inflamed. You have to be very mindful of what you're putting into your body. So when your body is a little bit more stable, your hormones are more stable, you are able to see when there's something off or something wrong with your body. So unless I'm eating dairy or sugar, then I'll know there's something off with my body. And also lack of sleep or exhaustion or insomnia. It's important that your body is just very steady, stable. That way you'll know when something is off and you can go immediately to see your doctors. But if you are just all over the place, you'll never know if you're really going through breast BII. Number 7, have I experienced any symptoms of BII? No, I have not. If you are concerned, you need to build a relationship with your doctor and just make sure that you're constantly following up with your health checkups with your doctors, even if you don't have breast implants. Overall, just going to the doctors for your health. Number 8, what is something no one tells you about getting your breast done? It does not fix your insecurities. No, getting your breast done, doing your body. I know a lot of girls like to do their body, do their teeth, do this, do that. No, baby, I do not preach about the exterior for a reason. A lot of people will just, things done, and they'll still be terrible people on the inside. Terrible character, terrible personality. Just the worst kinds of people. Some, like I mentioned way in this video, people buy bags, they have nice glasses, they have nice cars, they have a nice man or a nice car, whatnot, and people change, the character change. You've seen so many people that are just assholes. If you get your body done or if you get your breast done, it's not going to fix your insecurities. You need to know yourself. You need to be one with yourself. You need to work on yourself before you do any to your body, or you buy something, fix your teeth. I asked my man if I could get veneers, and he said no. He was like, girl, when you get older, you're gonna have like, what, chiclet teeth? and they're not going to look that pretty. So you need to work with your natural teeth. And honestly, prior to getting my boobs done, I wish I had, you know, a partner that grounded me. Like, you cannot get your boobs done. But I met him after. Like, I met him like I was about to go into surgery and get my boobs done. So a stranger or him could not even convince me not to get them done or touch my body. But it doesn't fix your insecurities. You should be in love with yourself to the point where you're not doing something so that you can feel good or feel validated or to get more attention. Like, you should be a baddie that's naturally just getting it without anything else. Like, being a minimalist and just somebody who has an aura that moves the room, that people are like, wow, she's so different. Yeah, that girl. So I was already that girl before the boobs. And then when I got the boobs, it was like, oh, damn, like, you know what I mean? A whole different stack of numbers. Healing takes time. So I had to take time off of the gym to rest. I think I was off of the gym for like 2 or 3 months. I got my boobs done in Mexico, y'all. All right, so sorry for me recording in my actual bra. This is the last night in these small titties. Oh my God.
Come closer. Oh, no. Just like it. Oh, that's, yeah. Yeah, because you're like, you know, she's like in here too. Yeah, big.
Yeah.
So it looks different, yeah.
I just got back from my consultation with my doctor. This was my second consultation because the first one was virtual since he's based overseas. Everything went great. We picked what size I wanted. I'm getting 560 cc's. So they're gonna be huge but fitted to the body, so I'm super excited. Super excited, super nervous. So more excited than nervous.
Esta niña, ¿cuánto le puse?
I paid about, let's say, $8,000. $8,000 with the accommodation, my boobs, and my flight. And I stayed there for about 7 to 8 days. I should have stayed longer because when I got off the plane, I was swollen. I was inflamed from flight. And so it's just like when you fly now and you're like, oh, I'm holding a lot more water. Yes, you need to sit over there or sit wherever you're getting that surgery done and sit for a good 2 weeks to a month so that your body just adjusts before you get onto the flight. I got 550 cc's. We maxed my boobs as much as we could. We maxed them as much as we could. I was coming in at a very small A cup, and now I'm about a 34 double D, triple D, and sometimes a G. So it just depends on the bra. So yeah, we're in many different digits, but the alphabet has changed for me. But healing does take time, and you just have to, like, you are somebody who's working out, just be prepared to not work out for 2-3 months for the best results. I wore a compression bra for a few months, and also my mom came over to take care of me and help me clean. But most importantly, had to stay on top of my nutrition to just make sure that I was eating clean. So you obviously want to eat clean so you're not inflamed and that they look better and you feel better too. Once the boobs healed, I got clearance from my doctor and from my doctor in Mexico that I could train. I just did light lower body, just any machine standing up. In the first few weeks to a month, it hurt to like get up or get out of your bed or lift your arms or clean. So I had to make sure that I had enough funds to fund my life for the month after that I wasn't working. I took off about 2 to 3 weeks before I went back to work. And I just let all my clients know that they would just help me with the weights in the gym. When I'm training them, I would always like the weights out, put the weights back. So now that I'm coming back, I just needed their help. I just want you to keep in mind that surgery is a choice and not a solution. So please emphasize on this. Do not get a surgery done or do anything to your face, your body, or buy anything just because you're looking for a quick solution or a fix to something that is lingering deeper within you. Number 10. What advice would you give to someone considering breast augmentation? Well, first off, consult with your doctor And secondly, I want you to look inward. Are you ready to change your body and go through this? Have you been doing this self-work? Do you feel like you're your most confident self? Like, you walk into a room and be yourself with who you currently are, and why do you want them done? Or why are you getting anything done? Why are you changing your body? Whether it's a breast augmentation, a BBL, or Botox. I don't have any fillers or Botox. Sure, you've been inspired by so many girls to get this done. I don't want to be the girl that's just like, go get your boobs done. You have to understand why. You have to really be aware of yourself and why you're getting something done, not to fix an internal problem. That's not going to fix it. Also, don't expect your surgery to change your entire life. There's so many people, especially like you work in the nightlife, so many people, they got their boobs done or their body done or this done, and it didn't make them any more money. Okay, if you exaggerate in what you're going to get done, be very mindful that like you like a certain type of guy, or a guy likes a certain type of girl. Aesthetics, don't over exaggerate. I've seen so many BBLs that are over exaggerated. And first of all, you can grow your glutes in the gym. The only thing you cannot grow in the gym is your breasts. Not saying like, go get your boobs done, but why get a BBL when you could just go to the gym? A lot of that is just like lazy work. Go to the gym, eat well, your waist will be tight, your booty will be big. No need to get a BBL. And your boobs, y'all, like, just think about it. Most of y'all don't even need your breasts done. No matter what you change on your body, you still need to love yourself deep down for yourself, underneath it all. And when you're doing this, do it for yourself, not for validation and not for trends. A lot of people do things for social media nowadays, and honey, don't do it. When I got my boobs done, I was always on Instagram, and now I'm barely on Instagram. And also, when I would use my platforms, I wasn't using it to necessarily like help women. I always had a focus to help women, but I also feel like I had a good amount of men on there that loved my content. And eventually I just got tired of showcasing my body, because I know that I'm valuable and I'm beyond my body. I'm more than my body. For those that are considering getting their boobs done, do your research. Ask around, interview your surgeon, just look at transformations and ask those women themselves about their own doctor and their experience and what they're going through and their follow-up overall. It's just like a lot of information before you go and get those done. But I would suggest highly working on your nutrition, your fitness, your finances, your spiritual growth before you get your body done or your boobs done. Work on things that people cannot take from you, and you can only enhance your skills, your character, your aura, your energy, your health. Trust me, like, qualities that I built before my breast done, those are the qualities that built my business, that found me love, that opened up new connections and relationships for me before having breasts. Overall, I am not against cosmetic surgery, but I am against anyone that is going to believe that changing your body will change your worth. Confidence comes from within. So whether you get your boobs done or not, your body done or not, trust me, some of these girls, they're still insecure, and they're so insecure in relationships that men don't even want to be with them. Friends don't even want to be around them. People are in and out of their life, and they have no solid relationships. Become the woman that people are obsessed with because of your character, your personality, and your aura. Your value, your self-worth, how you treat yourself, what you know about yourself, how you carry yourself before you even consider getting your body done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those were a few questions. If you have any other questions or you would like a part 2, let me know. I hope I answered all the questions. I got my boobs done in Mexico 2021. I got 550 cc's under the muscle, and I got the gummy bear implants, and I love them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them down below. Bye, y'all.